Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Formal Phantom here, and welcome back to another Wizard101 video, guys. So today I'm going to be ranking the 7 schools in this game and telling you which ones to pick, which ones you probably shouldn't, and some of my personal favorites, and which is the best overall. So there are a lot of schools in this game. We have Life, Myth, Death, Fire, Balance, Storm, Ice. Did I get all of them? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's 7 schools. So we have 7 schools in this game. And a lot of people, they just really don't know what school to pick at the beginning of the game. So hopefully this guide can help you out a little bit. So coming up at the number 7 spot for best school, which is last place. So this school, I don't think it's very good at the moment. So that is the School of Life, guys. So Life, I don't know, I feel like it used to be better than it actually was. In the current meta, it's really only good for healing. And even then, healing really isn't that relevant because wizards just, like, I don't know, we've gotten to a pretty high level, and wizards have a lot of health, so they can withstand a lot of damage. Like, even Storm has, like, a decent amount of health now. They can get up to, like, 6k or something. Maybe 5k, I don't know, but everyone has a decent amount of health, which doesn't make healing very relevant. It's decent for PvP, because of, you know, the healing, and if you have really high incoming and outgoing, then it's pretty good for PvP. And although it is pretty hard to quest with, I've played as a Life a bit. I have a level 50 Life at the moment, and it's pretty hard to quest with because the spells just don't do a lot of damage, and you don't really get your first attack all spell until level 58, which is Forest Lord. So yeah, that's why I don't think Life is very good or relevant at the moment. Oh, and keep in mind, guys, I've played with all 7 of these schools, so I kind of know, I don't know what the gist is with these schools. So I think you can trust me, because I have been playing this game for a while, and I know my stuff. So coming in at number 6 is going to be the Myth School. This school, it's kind of hard to quest with. You do get minions while you're questing, which can be decent because I guess some people see that as like free henchmen, which is pretty good, I guess. But really, the school is mainly used for PvP because it's a very good school for PvP. Spells, though, they're kind of weak. And honestly, Myth has never been a very relevant school. It's always a little bit overlooked, and for good reason, because there's really nothing truly significant about it. I know it has, like, Medusa and other good spells for PvP, but I don't know. That's all there is to the Myth school, really. So at number 5, I'm not sure if many of you will agree with me, but I put Balance at number 5. And it is a very, very good school for PvP because it has spells like Lore Master, Savage Paw. Honestly, Lore Master is just insane. Like, all that for just like 4 pips. Like, I mean, it's just a really good spell for PvP and a really good school for PvP. It is very hard to quest with, though, mind you, if you don't have a team. Like, if it's just you soloing Balance, questing is going to be difficult because you do not have a lot of hit all spells, and Sandstorm is extremely weak. Like, it's pretty bad, and you can't even blade yourself that many times, because you can only really balance blade yourself. And if you get elemental and spirit blades, like, sure, that'll power some of your spells, but the ones that are, like, you know, in the balance school, they're just not going to do that much damage. But it is a good support school if you're planning on team questing, and it does have decent health, although, I mean, besides PvP, it's still not a very offensive school. So at number 4, I'm going to put Death. I'm going to put Death at number 4. It is a very, very good school for questing. I cannot stress this enough. Like, this school is seriously underrated and overlooked. Like, everyone's always like, oh, Death sucks. Like, Death's awful. Like, no, it's good. Like, trust me, I have a Death character. He's super powerful. He has, like, 108 damage or something, and, like, 30 resist, and, like, I don't know, 50% critical. He's only level 70, mind you. Okay, so he's pretty good. Death has some pretty decent stats in gear. And another thing about this school is it has a lot of good spells to work with. I mean, you have Deer Knight, and I think Headless Horseman are the main two, and I have them both on my Death. And they have helped me quest exponentially because Deer Knight is an amazing hit-all spell because it does decent, like, impact damage, and then it just, you know, the dot's pretty good as well. And Headless Horseman just has just the sheer amount of damage like makes it so good for questing in PvP. And also the health that you get back from the death spells are pretty good for questing and both PvP. So let's see here. I think we're at, yeah, number 3. So number 3 is ice, and I put this at number 3 because it has very, very good overall stats. So very, very good overall stats. It's a super defensive school, which makes it really good for PvP. Although, I don't know, I mean, it's good for questing because of the extremely high health and resist. Like, I've seen ices get up to, like, 9,000 health, or, like, over 9,000 health or something. Like, they can get, like, really insane stats. Like, it's crazy, guys, honestly. Like, how good ices are in the meta right now. Just the sheer amount of defense is insane. Let's see here. What else is on ice? I mean, the only reason it's not so good for questing is because it has just such low damage. Like, the spells, I'm not gonna lie, they're really weak. When I'm questing solo on my ice, it takes me a lot of time to kill a boss. Like, a lot of time. Like, they're super weak, so make sure you pack some shields in, even though you do have a lot of health and resist. So, the school that's coming in at number 2 is gonna be Fire, my main, and also my personal favorite school. But, you know. So, basically, this school comes in at number 2 because, well, in the past few years, Fire has been buffed a lot by KingsIsle. Like, this school used to suck. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it sucked when it, like, I mean, like, in the early days of the game, and a bit into the Middle Ages. I mean, this school was horrible. But now that, like, the 3rd arc, I believe, or maybe even after Darkmoor, this school has become relevant again. I'd say the 3rd, the 3rd arc. The 3rd arc, this school's become relevant again. Just because of the sheer amount of damage that KingsIsle has given Fire. Like, it's just insane. Like, the crafted gear, like, it's pretty hard to craft, but if you can get it, then it's insane, really. And, I mean, you can get pretty good stats on your Fire. You can get them up to 100% critical, I wouldn't say easily, but you can get them there pretty fast. So Fire, it's overall a pretty offensive school. It is very, very good for PvP, because it now has the highest damage in the game. It also has really good PvP skills, such as Ifrit. It's kind of an oldie, but a goodie. Smokescreen, as well as, like, Choke, and all those good spells for PvP. I mean, it's pretty good for solo questing. Like, it has decent health, I guess, like, enough to survive, and really, really high damage. And the spells are pretty powerful as well. So, it's overall, like, a really... It went from a balanced school to, like, kind of an insane school, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, guys. Anyways, moving on to number 1, we have Storm. Now, I think a lot of you guys saw this one coming. I mean, Storm has been, like, the best school in this game ever since, I believe, Darkmoor, probably. And even then, I mean, Storm might have been, like, I don't know, the best school before that. So it can get almost as much damage as Fire, but it has a lot more critical and can reach 100% critical, like, way, way easier. So, like, some would argue that you can get better stats on a Storm than a Fire with the appropriate equipment and all that. It has insane gear sets, like I said, ever since Darkmoor. It had, like, that 26 damage, 25 accuracy robe or something. Like, I mean, that's just insane. Like, honestly, guys. It also got glow bugs, as well as Tempest and Stormlord, which are all really, really good spells for questing and PvP alike. Honestly, guys, like, this school is really insane. The only thing is, besides the spells that make this good for questing is, or actually, no, I mean, well, let's see, the spells and damage, they're good, right? But the one thing that does make this hard to quest with is the insanely low amount of health you have. Like, I guess you can get some decent health on a Storm nowadays, but it's nothing compared to, like, what an Ice or Life might have. Like, they die pretty easily. Like, Storm is a glass cannon. That's what I'd use to describe it, because it can hit really hard, but then it can just die as quickly as it might have killed something. But, yeah, so I'd suggest try to quest in a group if you have a Storm character. Like I said, guys, I've played with all these schools, so I know them pretty well by now, I guess. So, hope this guide helped you guys for picking your future schools, and let me know what your favorite is in the comments down below, guys. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys.